everyone, I'm your host, Desiree, and here we are to what I think is a short, simple little game. Monster Inside, an audiovisual novella by Random Seed Games. Let's begin. I just said the title. My head, wow, okay. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I've had in years left me feeling like I've been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There was another notice on my door from Mayor Venetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much. They were trying to draw me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I'd had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking, staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. I don't dare look at my reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. Oh boy, okay. Calm down. Sit and talk slow. Yeah, what can I help you with? You ever heard of knocking first? Let's see. Yeah, what can I help you with? Please. No one else will listen to me. Go on. She eyed me with just a dash of surprise as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspaper, the infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk. Philandering bastard. This girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's got to be in He's got to be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? What makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You could call me Jack. Jack, whoever did this to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. Oh boy. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt there I doubt they are in too much a hurry. Well, I can read. Farnsworth practically the entire police force had Alright, let's try this again. Farnsworth practically had the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they find him and brought him in, would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. You got me curious. You got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of this, don't worry. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. A beast? Beast. That's what I was just thinking. The word struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Oh! Ah! Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whisper in bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, all right. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of this, don't worry. Leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump to conclusions here. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure, can't you see how busy I am on the case? I replied a little too harsh. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she sees anything suspicious. Cats making all kinds of noise in the background. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night I made my way down Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. The scene was already picked clean by the cops long days ago, but I got a knack for finding things others overlook. A knack more of a symptom of condition. Other, less useful symptoms I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell will come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar scent. I expected the scent of trepidation or maybe even outright fear. But Miss Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left the... Oh, Miss Farnsworth seemed to be at the height of pleasure when she left this world. brought new meaning to crime of passion. Okay, pushing the thought from my mind. It was time to get down to business. Investigate this crime scene. Oh, I can actually do stuff? Sweet! Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in a haste. Left in a haste. Blah. The cops don't wear $2,000 pair of Carquinos? It looked like Mr. Franksworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. Investigate the scene. The burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my fingers along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could they have been right? Something unnatural was at play here? But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment. And my head hit my pillow. Jeez, like it owed me money. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares. But I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office and mentioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask. So what did you find? Well, I've got some good news from you. Okay. Yeah. Well, I got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. I probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that, but she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right there. She didn't need to know about the marks on the tree. How did you know that? How do you know that? Wow. How do you know that? Where is he? Found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. There's a sign. Okay. Found his footprints. Seemed he got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her. I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow the meds. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. Nope. They found a police chief's wife dead down in the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too. My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions. But it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force. And that his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting headache, or splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I need time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would sleep down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. Next chapter. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil, and could it be? That smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory that the sensual fumes soon gave way to the rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what that scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, the nightmares, the headaches. No. I was better now. Reformed. I had to focus. No jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everybody's got their vice. Investigate the scene. There. Just there. The smallest piece of purple fabric torn and caught in a splinter of the board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple. It was certainly a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my packet of red, lit up. Wow. I pulled out my own pack of reds, lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on. But looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently, I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a torn ton of bricks. I stared myself and regained my composure. I steadied... Let me try that again. Too much air. Or oxygen. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I had picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mayor missing, wife found dead. 2 cases in coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. Oh. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inebriator pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket, went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the side. Jack! Well, Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk right now. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Woohoo! I'm getting lucky. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Next chapter. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Venetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Investigating the scene. Venetti's car is still, if he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. Honestly, wasn't too motivated to find him. The stakes were too high. And my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. Why would... Excuse me. Can you go away? Thank you. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? They seem untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I knew how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags, unusual means someone was dumping documents. Usually means someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies. Shady stock trades. Bribes. I knew Mayor Venetti was crooked. But this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Venetti and Chief Armato talking about me. How they were trying to get me to shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this time. As I searched around for another that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with indulgent pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed. A weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inebriators. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. Checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute, knock the door down, cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it'd be the best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. Billy was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost. come back to haunt me from the past.
You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down.
You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. The beautiful purple dress. Oh, shit. Odd. I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You are the mark, sir. Succubus. Oh my god, this just got a whole lot more fucking what?
Oh, Jack. We are one and the same. You and I, we are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures, as you have, Incubus. Those men were probably dead now. Those men were probably dead too, now I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So, you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You escaped it. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed.
Oh my god.
You took my watch, messed with my head. Don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you. You hated and wanted you gone. And now they are gone. I muster up the strength to stand again, moving casually towards the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. I refused her and she attacked me. I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduced and kills women. Oh, please. Such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasure of the flesh. But I do still need an incubus, like yourself, to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and planted among the fertile masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking in my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bed sheet off the corner of the mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream trap. Shielding my own eyes, I pull a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror.
fired. Wow! That was actually quite interesting. Wow. Wow, there you go. If you want to see more games, more of their games, there you go. Wow. That was actually, I actually enjoyed that. I actually very much enjoyed that. Sorry about any background noise there may have been. My cats. I'm trying to find times to do this when my cats are passed out, but it never happens. Oh man. Alright. Well, I've given this game thumbs up. I very much liked it. I think I'll go give it a good review and stuff. I will. Oh. Anyways, let's do this the right way. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. It means a great deal. Anyways, social media links are in the description down below. You can find Discord, Twitter, Instagram, all of them below. And make sure you subscribe and thumbs up this video or dislike it. Whatever your heart's desire. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.